Here we are in the middle of Corpus Christi. It's blazing hot right now. It's got to be at least 95 degrees, but that's besides the point. Right now, we're fixing to talk about a 65 or 66 Mustang that a buddy of mine has. It's actually a well good kept warehouse car. The outside and the inside is mint. But guess what? It hasn't ran or even attempted to run in 10 to 15 years. So he calls me to get it back running. And I'm going to show y'all the whole process. So, I'm going to bring you over here, show you what all he's got going on up under this hood, and then we're going to see if we can light this thing off and get out of here. Pretty complete. Don't really have to have a lot of stuff. Don't have no battery, but whatever, no big deal. AC car, Edelbroke carburetor. I don't think this is going to be too much trouble to fire up. Now that I said that, I'll never get it to fire now. Like I said, this is a buddy of mine's car, so it's not my car to give you an interior and trunk tour and all that stuff. You know, he probably wants all that private. So the best I can do is just show you what's right there and then what we're gonna do and what it's gonna take to get it running. Just because I don't want to evade his privacy on his car. So even though he would probably love to show it off to the world, but it's not my place to decide that. So it's about time to get this thing going. So enough talking, enough intro. Let's go. Super start. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna want it like this. That is a little crooked, but I don't think that he's gonna care as long as he can sell this car and make a dime off of it. Okay. Here comes the fire and burning smell test. Not hearing anything. Let me go inside the car and make sure we're not burning it down in there. So far, so good. That is the smallest master cylinder I've ever seen in my life. Whatever. I hope this Edelbroke is not gonna give us too many problems here. The accelerator pump isn't stuck. Like I said. What are y'all kicking over my phone for, man? Jesus Christ. Easy on my equipment, man. No, I'm just playing. The wind blew y'all over. Let me figure out a better solution here. Alright, you're out of luck. I don't have a better solution. It's so windy out here. Can't really do a lot. But I got the battery on. Looks like the motor is not going to have any problems whatsoever rotating. So right now I'm just going to give it a test. Crank it over with the key and see how many rotations we get out of it. Good enough for me. If it wanted to fire, it would have done it if it would have had the gasoline. Okay, so one thing I'm going to do a little bit differently, just to save a little time. I hate it whenever people say, okay, we're going to check for sparks, so I'm going to pull a wire off and pull a plug out and, you know, whatever. This is how you check for spark. Right here. Dump some gas in it. Guess what? If it fires off, or even tries to fire off, it's got spark. it even made you fall. So, yeah, it's got spark. Well, this valve cover system don't really have a PVC system. So, the middle nipple, or the middle port on the carburetor on this metal broke here, it's just got a vacuum cap on it, but it's broken and it's just a big vacuum leak I got right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire this thing up. I already know I got a vacuum leak there, so I'm just gonna put a new cap on it and go ahead and get that simple problem just out of the way. See, it just makes it that much easier to fire up. Alright, here we go. Is this the right size? Not really. So let me see if I have a smaller one. That looks smaller, but is it gonna stretch enough? No. What about this one? That's the one I literally just grabbed a while ago. Oh my god. Come on, O'Reilly. We gotta do better than this. Where's my judgment? You know what? That'll be fine with the zip tie here in a minute. Whatever. Come on, Dayton. This way. Now, that one is good. This one is advanced. Okay. So now I'm going to try and get a little bit more run time out of it. I'm going to screw in my idle a little bit. I'm going to run these two idle mixture screws in all the way, and then just for a good starting point, I'm going to back them back out one turn. I know that's a little lean, but that's where I'd like to start. That's where I've always started. Holly, pedal broke, Q-Jet, whatever. Actually, no, not Q-Jet. I hate them things. But anyway, you get the idea what we're fixing to do here. Dump a little gasoline in here. Oh my god, that is the wrong way. Then after this, I'm going to put some fuel in the tank. Even though it probably is a little varnishy and stuff like that. But I'm going to take a chance on it anyway. Float's sticking a little bit. This is the surefire fix for that. Told you. Okay. Now I'm going to crank it, and then hopefully it'll idle just as it is, and then luckily it's got a clear fuel filter on it. See if we can get fuel drawn up to that point, and then if we do, then we know we're in a pretty good situation here. Go ahead and fire it. Right for daddy, baby. She wants to, but we didn't get fuel up there just yet. Actually, yes we did. Yes we did. Oh yeah. We'll dump a little more gas in it. Hopefully it'll go ahead and prime itself. Put a little in here for good luck. I like putting enough in there that way it splashes right back on my face, and then it'll burn all my hair off. it's acting like it's idled down way too low, or it's got a vacuum leak. I don't know which one it is yet, but I thought I idled it up a lot, but maybe I just got nervous and I didn't put it in enough. But man, why would you get nervous? Man, shut up. It's the humidity out here in the Gulf of... I'm not even going to get into that. I messed up even saying that. Gulf of America, Gulf of Mexico, whatever you want to call it. I don't get into that. I used to be hardcore in that stuff, but I'm over. I'm over. Yeah, used to I was hardcore in politics, and then now my mind has went to leave me the hell alone bill. I'm pretty sure you heard of it. Anyway, I idled it up. Got a little bit more bang juice in it. Pretty slow at it. This old varnishy, crappy carburetor. I think it's a. I like Edelbrock's. This is a 1405. I forget what the 1405 is. Is that a 600? Nah, I might be wrong. I don't know. I ain't got Google right now. I got y'all. Anyway. At least we know it's a runner. At least we know that. But we haven't ran it that long. Not even that warm. What coolant we got? Perfect amount. None. So better hold off on running it for long periods of time, but for diagnostic purposes, we're good. Wipers. Struggling, but yeah. Fucking blower more. This carburetor's like dead in the water, but I'm just trying to see if some of this gas clean the needles up and stuff before I totally abandon this carburetor. Just still trying to pull fuel. For it to pull fuel. This is all I got right now, and I don't really want to use it for that. But proof that the motor runs, no knocking, not really, no missing or anything like that going on. So this is going to be a win whenever get rid of the Edelbroke and put a Holly on it. Holly's never let me down. The only thing that let me down was that blower motor. And the bad thing is it worked, but my God, it looked like December coming out of that. Golly, look at that. I have no idea what that is. And it's not cocaine. Trust me, I would know. So, I don't know. Alright, so turns out the mechanical pump is working, but from the suction side of the mechanical pump to the fuel tank, completely clogged up. The rubber hose over there from the sending unit to the fuel line completely collapsed. So I put a new fuel line back there, and while I was doing that, the sending unit actually tried to come out of the tank with about 5 gallons of gas in it, and it drenched me. So, you can imagine what I smell like. But regardless of all that, the fuel line is completely clear. I got my little clickety-clack fuel pump up here on the fender well here, and now I've actually sucking fuel from the tank past the mechanical pump and all the way up to the carburetor. Unfortunately, the Edelbroke carburetor is actually broke. Not really. It's just been sitting for a while with varnishy fuel, and let me tell you something. It spit that 1935 fuel out. I've tasted a lot of bad gas in my life, probably hundreds of gallons of gas from old cars in my life, and I'm going to tell you right now, this is the worst gas I've ever tasted in my life. I'm actually speechless about how bad it tastes. Normally, you know, I can get past it, but this, it's actually making me gag. So, I guess I'm going to fiddle with this carburetor now and see if I can get it freed up here. The floats are stuck. It's not letting fuel past the floats, and it's not even, none is coming out of the discharge nozzles up top. So I guess I'm going to fiddle with that for a little bit and see if I can get it to squirt. If not, then we're going to have to either take it apart and see what's going on with it. I don't have a rebuild kit for Edelbroke, so I guess just to make things quick, let's see if this guy has maybe an old Holly sitting around or something like that. We can just throw it on here and see what it's going to do. Alright, well, I took the top of the carburetor off, and surprisingly, it don't look that bad. Yeah, it's got some varnish and stuff built up on the floats, but yeah, the needles on both floats were stuck. I will give it that. Now I've lubed them up. Didn't really clean, but I lubed everything up in there. I've been using this. It's called Beta Technology Rethread. It's more like a like if you're going to drill and tap something, that kind of fluid that you would put on there to keep from burning up your bits and yada yada yada. It's pretty good stuff. Obviously this is not the application for that spray, but I used it and it freed everything up pretty quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the top piece of this Edelbroke back on, and then see if we can get some gas out of the discharge nozzles and stuff like that. So stand by. the Edelbroke all put back together, kind of, I guess, the way it should be. I did spray some more of that lube inside all that carburetor. I didn't get a chance to dump all the old gas out, just trying to go ahead and get this thing ready to go before the owner pulls up, because I kind of want to surprise him, say, hey man, I got it running, you know. So now I want to give it a few pumps. I do expect it to run like crap for just a minute, and I'm going to fire it now. Come on, baby, give daddy a whistle. Oil pressure gauge is working pretty good. Don't have any leaks or anything like that, except I got a coolant leak. It's just flat out water in there. It's coming from the thermostat housing. I'll get to that in a minute. Running really good though. Pretty snappy for a 289. I'll go ahead and kill it. Well, hopefully the owner of this car is going to be more than happy. The main goal was just getting it running, nothing else as of right now. If he wants anything else done, I'm sure he'll call me back. This does have a modernized, if you haven't noticed, it does have a modernized AC compressor on it. It's not hooked up or anything, but I would imagine that would be the next step, is to go ahead and get air conditioner in it, or he just might sell it as is and just make a dime off of it and not even care about it. So right now we're looking really good. I haven't checked to see if the alternator is working or not. That'd probably be the next thing I want to go after. This is probably the snappiest 289 that I've ever heard. Edelbroke is good carburetors when they're going, but I don't like them because of the float adjustment design. If you need to adjust the floats, you got to take it off, you got to bend it, you got to put that little thing that they give you, the little measuring device, and that's so stupid. I'm a Holly guy. I like simplicity, and I like parts availability and stuff like that. So other than that, I don't really know what else there is to do. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I just now noticed the alternator's not going to be charging because the belt is not around it. So the alternator is inoperable right now. So, okay. I'm going to do one more test fire up before I leave this gentleman, and just make sure it's going to operate the way it should. That way, whenever he comes over, he turns the key, it fires right up. I like leaving people happy versus them showing up, turning the key, and then they're just like, come on, dude, really? So that's not the way I do business, so we're going to fire it up one more time and let this Edelbroke do some work. I'm going to give it 3 pumps of gas. 1, 2, 3. That's going to wrap it up. I'm just going to mess with the idle screw, idle it up just a little bit so it just sits there and just lopes. Do it one more time so it just sits there and lopes. But that's going to conclude this video on this beautiful 60s Mustang, and I hope y'all stick around and watch some more upcoming videos that I've got coming up, especially on the Duster. I'm sorry it's taking me so long on the Duster video. It's just such a big video and there's a lot of editing and stuff like that. So just bear with me on that and I'll get it out as soon as I can. I appreciate y'all turning in to Slip and Clutch.